Hey, welcome back to the channel. You won't want to miss today's video. Today, I'm going to be talking about the mistakes that I've seen long distance landlords make without agent representation and how having me in your corner can make all the difference. Whether you're renting a property from another city, state, or in some cases that I've worked with from another country, I'm sure you can see how difficult it is without having a local agent in your corner. But before we get into it, I'm here on DickersonResidentialGroup.com. I like to think of this as like home base, where you can find a description of all my services, whether it's buying, selling, renting, or leasing your house out. You can also find my most recent real estate listings, and I also have articles on the Texas real estate market so you can stay informed. And if you want to set up a time to chat with me, you can do that through my website as well. I have a link to my calendar so you can set up some time to speak with me one-on-one about your real estate journey. In the world of real estate post-NAR, you need the representation of a realtor. Now, when I say post-NAR, which you're going to hear me say quite a bit on this channel, I mean the real estate world as a result of a decision made by the National Association of Realtors that says that renters and buyers need written representation by an agent to even step foot in a home that they want to view. Now, this new theme of representation actually works in your favor because you have an experienced, licensed professional in your corner to making sure that you're not only maximizing your profits and your return, but you have a professional to go to bat for you and a professional here to make sure that you're protecting your greatest investment. If you're renting your home yourself for rent by owner, you can't risk renting your home to just anyone. And as a landlord agent, I work solely on your behalf to promote your best interests with utmost good faith, loyalty, and fidelity. I negotiate on your behalf and act as an advocate for you. Now, in addition to being your negotiator on your behalf, I'm also a time saver, peacekeeper, problem solver, tenant screener. I pride myself on having a very thorough and specific screening process because as a leasing agent for 3 years, I've seen what can happen when you turn your head for just one moment on that approval. And I'm also a marketer. So to make sure I find you the best tenant quickly, I like to start local, start where I know. I leverage my network of renters that I've been working with for the last 5 years in my role as an apartment locator. It's crazy to think that it's been that long. I also leverage my email list of 2,900 subscribers and growing, my private Facebook group of home deals for sale and for rent. I also use a combination of paid and organic marketing. The organic marketing, I like to look at that as like the billboards, you know, the Zillows of the world, the apartments.com. But to get that targeted audience, you have to invest a little bit of money to reach that audience who's looking specifically for a home like yours in that location. Same floor plan, same rent price. When you reach out to me, we'll start with a consult where I'll go over exactly how I market your home to attract the best prospects leading to that really great tenant. We'll also talk about your short-term and long-term goals, what you love most about your home so I can put at the forefront in the marketing plan and more. So check out my site. I'll have it linked in the description box below as well as the pinned comment. And let's get into today's topic. I wanted to make this video because of a conversation that I had today with a landlord who's in the military. So he's never in one place and he's going to start his basic training. So he's going to be practically off the grid for 2 months. He's dealt with an eviction in the past and has family to help him out. But without that representation, how can he be sure that he's renting his home out to the best prospects? My last client that I helped, shout out to you, Naomi and Julius, they are in California. And my client before that, shout out to you, Zach, he's in California. Another client that I had, Pradeep, shout out to you, I helped him find a tenant while he was all the way over in New Zealand. So from what I've seen, long distance landlording is actually very common. Mistake number one that I've seen long distance landlords make is lack of marketing. So when I'm going through Zillow and I'm looking for landlord prospects to help, the first way I can tell that the listing is for rent by owner is by the quality of the photos. The photos tend to be dark. They tend to be in kind of awkward angles. Like I saw one listing that was just the coffee table or this weird corner of the bathroom. As a renter, I want to imagine myself living in this home. And with some of these pictures that I've seen, it's hard to do, especially when the description is very short and says something like great location, 3 beds, 2 baths, no pets, and that's it. I've also spoken with landlords who say they just list their homes on the billboard sites and call it a day. And when I say billboard sites, I mean Zillow, apartments.com, platforms that don't really attract a targeted audience, but anyone looking for pretty much anything. And I'm sure you've seen that the quality of prospects might not be that high, but as far as attracting that high quality client, you really need to have that high quality marketing strategy. How can I help with that as your local representation? First and foremost, I'm going to make sure that I'm capturing your home in the best light possible with high quality, clear photos. I'm also going to use very detail-rich descriptions that really paint that picture of a great life in your home. And I use a combination of paid and organic ads, just like I was saying, to really attract a targeted audience that not only attracts the right tenant, but attracts prospects quickly and a ton of them at that. I also post your homes to paid platforms that only realtors have access to, like the multiple listing service. That's how I've been able to rent out my last few deals. The benefit behind this is that we're attracting serious prospects. Only serious prospects will take the time to get a real estate agent to represent them. Again, with our theme of representation. And on top of that, that agent has already pre-screened that client. So with that prospect having an agent, we're already 50% of the way there when it comes to a high quality prospect that could very well turn into a high quality long-term renter. Now, the second mistake that I see is in how the showings are handled. Now, as a long distance landlord, I'm sure you're like, I can call up my sister or my brother or my best friend who lives in the area and they can just do the showings for me and tell me how everything went, right? Wrong. Showing your home is included in how your home is marketed. So again, you want to make sure your home is shown in the best light possible. Now I understand, the logic behind having a friend or family member do your showings for you because you're out of town, right? Who else is going to do it? What if that prospect has a question about the home that only you can answer or that only I can answer because of our consultation? Or how are you going to negotiate with the realtor if they have questions about the lease term, the pet fees, renter's insurance, those finite details that only a real estate professional representing you can answer? On top of that, you don't want your home being shown to just anyone. So how do you know that the people going in and out of your home are even qualified to be there? Now, how am I the solution to this as your local representation? Well, I again pride myself on having a very specific and streamlined application process to where I have them submit a pre-screening before they even see your home. Again, this is staying compliant with NAR and having written representation. And I also have them submit what's called an application deposit if they want to move forward in the screening process. This acts as skin in the game for the applicant and significantly lowers the likelihood that they'll drop out of the application process. I also know what to look for and what to listen for during the showings that the person you're trusting to show your home outside of representation might not. The showing process is very, very nuanced and it needs to be handled by an experienced professional. Now, the third mistake revolves around the screening process. So the long distance landlords that I've spoken to, they tend to take the Zillow paperwork or the applications they receive at face value because they don't have anything else to go off of. They can't physically see meet a tenant or shake hands with them, you really have to know what to verify. Those paycheck stubs they submit might be a screenshot on Google that everybody's been using. How are you going to know what to ask their employer to verify their employment history? And how will you know what to ask their landlord to really get the best idea of how they'll be as a tenant in your home? What I've also seen tenants do when they know you're long distance and they know you don't have representation is they lay it on thick and try to appeal to your heartstrings. I'm an objective third party and I handle all applications that come in the same, and I'm your first defense against anybody who's not as honest as they might appear to be. So what do you think? Are you a long distance landlord? Have you faced some of these issues while trying to find a tenant from another city, state, or country? Let's start the conversation. Let me know in the comment section below, and also let me know what other topics you'd like me to cover, whether it's in renting, buying, selling, or renting your home out to tenants. If you want to support the channel, I'm trying to be here for you on a full-time basis. Right now, I have a night job, and of course you can't serve two masters, right? So if you want to support the channel and my journey to work in real estate full-time, share this channel, like, subscribe, and leave me a cup of coffee down below in my Cash App and my GoFundMe. Any and all support is greatly appreciated. If you're looking to reach out to me for representation, whether you're buying, selling, leasing your home out, or looking for a rental, reach out to me. Again, my website will be in the description box below, as well as my contact number. We'll have a quick consultation, understand what's most important to you, so we know which best steps to take in your real estate journey. All right, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.